Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare, an online community for people who are curious, want to learn new things and improve themselves in different ways. It includes classes on numerous topics, including guitar playing and music production. All new ideas are just a combination of two or more old ideas. Today we're talking about how you can develop your own style, your own voice on your instrument. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo Karjalainen. It's good to have you along. You can call me this guy if my name is tricky to pronounce. Today we're talking about musical diversity, how to improve your chances of creating your own style on your instrument, getting your own voice. What I'll be doing is I'll be using myself as an example, but this is really in no way, shape or form to brag or anything. I consider myself just to have been extremely lucky, and it's really not through anything that I've done, at least any conscious effort that I've gotten to where I am in terms of what I'm going to be talking about today. So what I'll be doing is I'll try to give you the benefits of my experience, and I think that this can be very beneficial to you if you're trying to develop your own style or just trying to improve on the guitar. This can really help you with some new ideas. I'll also be adding a suggested listening playlist at the end of the video, so stick around for that. So if you're still uncertain what it is I'm doing today, I'm going to be suggesting that having a musically diverse taste is good for you as a musician and improves your chances of developing your own style and improves enjoyment of music and gives you a broader range of ideas to draw from. Personally, I think I was just very lucky. I was born into a family of a mum and dad who were both musically very active. My dad is a drummer, my mum used to be a singer. Their tastes differ quite a lot from each other, so I got the benefits of both of their musical tastes. Plus they actively exposed me to different kinds of music which was slightly outside of their tastes as well, or at least my dad I think I was too young to remember, but anyway, I was exposed to a load of different musical styles. So if I've explored musical styles actively through my own choice, it's really because I was exposed to that kind of thinking at a young age. So I don't really want to toot my own horn here. But let's take two hypothetical people. Imagine a person who just listens to Metallica, and imagine another person who just listens to Enya. Where do you think these people will get new musical ideas from? Your guess is as good as mine, because I have no idea. Now, naturally, these are hypothetical people, kind of imagined people, but they illustrate a point really well, because no one just listens to Metallica, I hope. Nothing wrong with Metallica, but there's something wrong with just listening to one band or one artist. There's nothing wrong with Enya, but if you just listen to Enya and nothing else, it's a bit worrying, at least if you're a musician. But imagine that you listen to both of these, and then you combine these. That could be something new. That could be a new idea. A combination of two or more old ideas. Now, such a person does exist, and it's nothing new to combine those kinds of things. There's a guy called Devin Townsend. If you haven't heard of him, I'll put him in the suggested listening, because he's a bit different. He's a very good singer and a very good guitar player. Does all sorts of stuff. Is hugely influenced by old school metal bands like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Metallica, that kind of stuff, but also by Enya. Before we go on, I'd like to give a shout out to Skillshare, the sponsor of today's video. They've plenty of material for a beginner or intermediate guitarist to learn from, such as Music Theory 101 for Guitar by Henry Olsen. It's over 5 hours of material, so there should be quite a lot of stuff there, even if you're an intermediate guitar player, to get you further down that road of learning to play the guitar. Personally, I've been taking a look at something called Filmmaking for All, Tell Your Story Through Video by Don Mace to improve the content on this channel, and it's really interesting stuff. So there's a lot of stuff there for everyone. Doesn't have to be guitar playing or music, it can be almost whatever. Also, Skillshare is curated for learning, so there are no ads, and it's continually being updated. So check out Skillshare via the link in the description and get a 1-month free trial. And here we get to that, what I said at the beginning of the video. All new ideas are just a combination of 2 or more old ideas. I remember hearing that somewhere and instinctively agreeing with it. And I mean, there's no real need to debate whether that's true or false, because I think we can all agree on the fact that at least many new ideas are just combinations of old ideas. That's at least one way to come up with new ideas. And musically, it just makes sense to listen to a wide variety of different things. Just as an example, you could combine shred and blues, and this has been done long ago, but you could do all this stuff. And combine it with this. Combining those two things wouldn't be anything new, but someone was the first one who really combined blues and shred. You can say who was the first one, I don't know, but it illustrates the point. Having a musically diverse background helps if you want to do something new, develop your own style. Now, if you don't have that musically diverse background, you can actually do something about that. You can actively try to broaden your musical horizons, which in turn will help your flow of ideas. This also helps if you're stuck in a rut. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to check out something completely new, learn something completely new, and that in turn can help you get unstuck from the rut. Now, like I said, I do have a musically diverse background, and like I said, I don't take much credit for that at all. But I also have played different types of music. And again, I take very little credit for this. It's because I've been surrounded by musically very different people. And one of the reasons I've done many different types of music is that I've wanted money, because money is fun to have, especially if you don't have it. Which has led me to play different types of music that I would never have played otherwise, because I got paid. And it's taught me so much. It's taught me how to read chord charts. It's taught me how to become a better improviser on the spot. It's improved my ear enormously. It's improved my musical knowledge, and it's improved my flow of ideas. And helped me with my style. Now, if I have my own style, which is distinct from everyone else, I can't be the judge of that. I'm I'm not nearly objective enough for that. That will be up to you. But what little style I have has been aided by this musical diversity. Now, like I said, the person who just listens to Metallica, or just listens to Enya, or just listens to one band is completely a made-up person, because no one does that, at least I hope so. But there are people who, you probably know or have met someone like this, who just brings back the discussion to that one band all the time. You're a bunch of people, you're discussing music, and that one person just brings back the discussion to whatever, let's say Iron Maiden. Yeah, Iron Maiden did this, and yeah, they did that, and then you go off to someone else starts talking about something else in music, and then this guy, yeah, Iron Maiden did that, and yeah, that's great, and have you heard this drummer? What he does with the bass drums is really cool, and yeah, Nico McBrain, he just uses one bass drum, it's so cool. I think you know that kind of person. I would venture that those kinds of people most often aren't the most creative when it comes to making new kinds of music, or something even remotely original. At least I personally have experience with these kinds of people. It's not always the most musically rewarding setting playing with these kinds of people, because the view is this, and it doesn't just have to be about music. It can be about why we make music. Just looking at, yeah, we just want to sell a lot of music. I just want to be. I want to sell a lot of music, sure, because I like making a living, but I also like to challenge myself, broaden my horizons and all that. I mean, just think about Yngwie Malmsteen. He's one of my favorite guitar players ever, one of my favorite musicians ever. And I think that one of his biggest problems is that for ages he hasn't checked out anything new. He just listens to the old stuff and redoes the old stuff. Him doing something new was basically combining some really old music with something much newer. What Ritchie Blackmore did with Paganini, Bach, Mozart and that stuff. And he hasn't really been checking out anything new, as far, at least judging by what he does these days. He hasn't really checked out anything new in ages, which in turn means that it's kind of listening to the same thing over and over again. That being said, he has at least done something new, which is more than most of us do during our whole lifetimes. And that's by combining two old ideas into a new one. So, this has been part something or other of how I learned to play guitar. Like I said, there's a playlist here with suggested listening and also the rest of the series, How I Learned to Play Guitar. Please click like if you liked the video, subscribe if you haven't already, comment, let me know what you thought, and join me on Patreon if you haven't already. You get all of my music, access to lessons and exclusives. You can even take that stuff for free. There's a link in the description to that. I hope you have a nice day. Take care. Bye!